So it is Tuesday Talks at 10:30. I am Evidential Medium Stacy Needenthal, and this is Connecting to Spirit. I try to come to you every Tuesday at 10:30 to talk about things that maybe you're not super comfortable in talking to other people about, whether you're on your spiritual path, whether you are looking to grow and enhance your connectedness to yourself. Let me know if you're here and if you can hear me. Let me just see if I can hear me. I'm going to turn this up a bit. Oh, there we go. I can hear me. I was having some technical difficulties with my camera this morning, but I think we're all good. Like I said, if you're on a spiritual path, if you're trying to connect to yourself, find your own uniqueness, if you're dealing with grief or change, one of my favorite shows is The Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy says, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home." But it always, rings in my head after someone passes, home is different. It's no longer the home that you once had. So how do you adjust, and how do you grow from that? And these are different things that we talk about. And then I have the podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Bold Brave Media, where tonight we are talking about Archangel Raziel. So we've been doing a multi-part series about archangels and spirit animals. And I hope that you pop in and join and like and share and subscribe on YouTube or on Spotify. So last night we were in Havre de Grace, Maryland, which is a little over 2 hours away from us, and we did a benefit for the Agape Projects and Danny McGee, and we were able to raise some money for some upcoming projects that he has. He helps people who are displaced by fires or floods, and he helps a lot with recovery and things like that. It's a very good nonprofit in the Bel Air, Maryland area. And there weren't a lot of people there, which made it an even more intimate group. And it was just beautiful how afterwards people came up to me and left me know how I touched their lives and how their loved ones came through and how they could resonate with that. So, because I was home so late last night and I was sitting in bed and I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about today, and I got up this morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about? Like, my head's just like blank. And I got this idea and I thought, you know what? I'm going to pull a card from Archangel Michael deck. And I'm going to talk about that. And then I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Power of Surrender deck. And I know that my guides will not let me down. And I know that even though this is kind of off the cuff, that whoever is watching, it will mean something to someone that's out there. As you all know, my goal is always to help today. This message is for you. And I just want you to know that no matter what, you matter, you're important. I love you. You have a purpose, and spirit is with you. Let me just see what I can do here. There we go. I had a glare coming in. So the Archangel Michael deck, oh, I just see the back of my head there. Okay. So the Archangel Michael deck is Swords of Light, and it's by Radley Valentine. And I just want to pull a card, and I'm going to connect and ask the angels and my guides, and of course, Archangel Michael, to give me some wisdom and some knowledge on this. Now, I'm not pulling individual cards for people. This is not an angel card draw, but I just want to see what messages are out there from the spiritual realm. So, the card that I have that says, "This is a blessing in disguise. Be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. What will come in is far better than what you ever dreamt of." So I feel like Archangel Michael, even though I said to you, I have nothing really planned today. I have nothing that I was inspired to speak about. I'm just going to be guided and allow the archangels and the angels to let me talk. And I feel like, whoops, there we go. I feel like Archangel Michael is saying to me, this is a blessing in disguise. You don't always have to have everything all figured out right here, right now. Let us guide you and allow us to speak and to show you the things that are about to come. And I feel as if we are in this what do you want to call it, paradigm shift. I feel like the energies of the universe are starting to change, and I feel like this goal that I have had for so long to help heal everyone one person at a time, I feel like, it's like they're snapping their fingers at me, and I feel like people are starting to wake up to that. When you spread love, love will come back to you. When you spread hate, hate comes back to you. So it is looking for that blessing in disguise. When things happen to you, for you, around you that you're not expecting, know that the universe has your back. Know that there's a missing puzzle piece that they've just put in place. And although it may be a little uncomfortable at the time, like, this is the way it was meant to be. And it gets difficult to understand that at times. And that's why I wanted to pull some cards from the surrender deck. We think to ourselves, why me? Why does this crap always happen to me? Why does this always? But is it happening to you, for you, about you, or around you? You have a choice in some cases to grab the reins, hold on tight, and see it through, or to let the reins go and to back away from it. Find the blessings in disguise. I talk a lot about there are blessings in the chaos. So it says, be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. It is not for me to control sometimes, it is for the universe to control. So it's saying to yourself, help me to receive all the gifts that you want to give to me gently. Help me to see the blessings in this mm, change, in this shift, so that I can be the best person that I can be. Does that make sense? So when I look at that, I want to pull three cards from the Power of Surrender deck, and this is by Judith Orloff, MD. And with this, it talks about the power of letting things go, the power of not being in control of all situations at all times. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know where you're watching from. If this is the first time you've been on, put a one. So afterwards, I can personally welcome you. If you're, thank you. If you're looking to have a private reading, you can go on the webpage, join some intimate groups. Everything is under there, either under schedule an appointment or under tickets. So the power of surrender. Let's just see what they're pulling. Okay, so I wanted to pull three cards, and I'm going to show you the cards here in a second. But the first one I pulled was surrender to rest and sleep, and then surrender to the beauty and the nature of the world, and surrender your desire to control people. So when I'm just basically looking at those three cards with the Archangel Michael card that says this is a blessing in disguise, it is surrendering control of things. So this is being grounded. Surrender to rest and to sleep. So maybe it's time to take a step back from things. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor the need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate the mind, the body, and the spirit. So this is, in other decks, this is called retreat. So taking a step back from the situation, trying to give it to the universe and say, you know what, you're in control of this. I can't be a dog with a bone with this. Have you ever had a situation where you couldn't come up with a solution? And instead of taking a step back, you kept going over and over and over and over and over. And, Einstein says insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different response. If you pull back, if you rest, if you meditate about it, sometimes other answers will come. And preventing burnout. Are you doing too much right now? Is your plate full and just, falling and spilling out? It's taking some things off your plate and allowing yourself to take a step back and say, wait a minute, I need to take a breath. I need to sleep. I need to rest. I need to get rejuvenated, maybe take a shower, cleanse off the ick from the day. But it is rejuvenating the mind, the body, and the spirit. Because sometimes in the morning, things look better and you have a different outlook on things. When you rest, you're allowing the body to say, I don't want any outside influences to come in. I'm connecting to my higher self, to my consciousness through rest. When we have vivid dreams, when we have visitations, our mind is at rest. So all of a sudden, our consciousness, our angels, spirit can come in because we're not so busy thinking about other things. So it's this blessing in disguise, but in order to find that, it is resting and rejuvenating. And then I pull surrender to the beauty and the nature of the world. And it says, take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy that is there. So here's the key component to these two cards: rest. We get caught up on social media, we get caught up in the news, we get caught up in the drama of the world, but it is sitting in the stillness of nature. Maybe sitting down under your favorite tree. Maybe it is taking a walk or hiking, putting your feet in a creek and just letting the water run over you. But it is a relaxing break. Key components here: blessing in disguise, surrender and rest, surrender to the beauty of nature, grounding. We talked the other week about the chakras and aligning the chakras. And if you've missed that, you can always go back and watch the replay. It's on my YouTube channel as well as the website. So rest, surrender, finding the beauty, finding the blessings in the chaos. Then the third card I pull is surrender to the desire to control people. Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To be more effective to achieve your goals, back off, regroup, retreat, and give the situation some breathing room. So, again, if there's a situation that is around, decide what you can control and what is out of control. And the thing that you cannot control are other people's reactions to any situation that's around you. The thing that you can control is how you respond or react to a situation. We've talked about this 100 times. If you go to the doctor and they give you some medications for a symptom, you don't want the doctor to say to you, let me know if you have a reaction. You want to hear, let me know how your body responds to this. It's the same thing in the world. If you react to something, it's almost like you're coming at it. If you respond to it, you're inviting it in. So surrendering to the desire to control people. What the heck is going on in the world today where no one can have their own opinion without someone else coming at you about something? Whether it's political, whether it's health, whether it is an event that's going on around you, everybody has their own opinions. And I can respect that you have your own opinion, but I also expect you to respect that I have an opinion as well. And you know what? Just because you have an opinion doesn't mean that you need to scream it from the mountaintops. I refuse to get into a conversation with others about the political chaos that's going on. Whether you are for it or against it, the only thing that you have control of is how you respond, not how you react, how you respond to the things that are put in front of you. So it's resting and surrendering, surrendering to the beauty, and surrendering to the desire to control other people. I don't care how loud you say something to me. I'm not going to understand it any differently. Maybe if you take a step back, lower your voice, tell it to me in a different way, then I may understand where you're coming from, even though I may not agree with it. And that's okay. That's what makes the world so great. If we all had the same mind thought, we would be little robots walking around. We don't want that. The beauty of people and our uniqueness is the beauty of how we all choose to respond or react to different things. The things that we create, in our creative response, whether you are an artist, whether you are a writer, whether you are a singer, you are a good listener, you're an engineer and you can build these beautiful buildings, or you're a doctor and you know what can help you to feel better, an herbalist, a Reiki healer. We all have these unique abilities that are different from everybody else's. Why not lift people up and raise people up when they have a different opinion about it, instead of trying to control their mind and their thoughts that what they're doing is right or wrong? When I when I do a reading, or I announce that I'm having a reading in certain areas, I receive great responses of people, oh, I can't wait to come and see you. And then I have responses of what I'm doing is wrong. Well, it's wrong because of why? You have your own opinion. If you want to have a conversation with me about it, great, let's have a conversation. But throwing negative words up on my wall or on my Facebook group only makes you look uneducated. Sorry, that's how I look at it. Let's have a conversation about it. We can agree to disagree. Maybe I don't agree with a lot of things that you do, but I'm not going to put it up on your Facebook that what you're doing is wrong. If it really bothers me, I'm going to private message you or call you. There's an age-old act, picking up the telephone and calling somebody or saying, "Hey, let's meet for lunch and discuss this. I want to know what your thought process is about what you do because I don't understand it. I was brought up to believe that it was wrong. So I want to tell you what my thought process is and see if we can agree to disagree, or see if we can agree that there are different avenues out there that is thought provoking and meditative and healing. But first, we have to look at the blessing that's in disguise. Surrender to the sleep. Have you ever, and unfortunately, last night, well, fortunately, unfortunately, I surrendered to the sleep last night after driving 2 hours to do a gallery reading, doing a 2 hour gallery reading, and then driving home. I really wanted to put a message together for you all, but I was so tired I had to surrender to sleep and to rejuvenate. And I thought, you know what? I need to trust that the universe has me and that the universe is going to give me something to talk to you about. And then while I was in the shower, so it's a surrender to the beauty of the natural world, I'm meditating, and I put that shower meditation up the other day, and I'm releasing the things of yesterday. I'm not worrying about what's going to happen today, tomorrow, or next week, because I have faith to know that no matter what happens, the divine, God, the universe is pointing me in the right direction, has me protected, and will help me navigate the situation that is out there. What I need to do as a Leo, hmm, is to surrender my desire to control people. When hmm, when people talk negatively, when people disagree with my thought pattern, I try to listen and to hear them out and hear but my gut reaction is like, oh, I have to defend myself. I've gotten to the point where I don't need to defend myself, and you don't need to defend yourself either. You are your own unique human with your own unique wisdom from your own unique learning experiences. No one else has walked in your shoes, and no one else ever will. And even if they have the same type of situation going on around them, it is still different for them because guess what? It happened to them. They have a different personality. They have a different support system around them. They have a different belief system around them. So all situations that happen to you, for you, around you are unique to you. It is allowing yourself to say, you know what? I have no control over this situation. What I have control over is how I respond to what is put in front of me. We are all in this earth school for a very, very short time. And I feel like we lose that thought process. Every day that we live is a closer day to the day that we pass. What is your legacy? What are people going to say about you when you pass? You know, there are some people who have touched my life in such a great way. And when they pass, I have such a mourning for them because they were such this big influence on me. But then I have to remind myself they were such a big influence on me. I am who I am today because of who they were. I mourn them that they're not in the physical world, but I am so grateful that they were in my physical world. Does it make sense? So the universe, Archangel Michael, is showing you all these blessings around you. Do you see them? Are you taking a moment to step back and rest, right? Surrender to rest so that you can see them. Every morning that you wake up, that's a blessing. Every morning that you can sit up in your bed, that's a blessing. And you can open your eyes and you can see. I have to reach for my glasses in order to have that. But those are all blessings. And when you start to see the smaller blessings, all of a sudden the big blessings will just like knock you out. I was so blessed last night in the reading that I did. You know, after the reading, when people come up to me and they share a little bit more. After I did the reading last night, I was like, boy, I could have done so much better. But then when I have the clients come up and say things to me, I'm like, you know what? I gave them exactly what they needed. I gave them, Spirit gave them exactly what they needed. I'm only in control of what is being said to me and how I deliver that. And when I had, I don't know, 5 or 6 people come up and talk to me afterwards, and Spirit is all around you. If you listen and, or if you slow yourself down so that you can invite it in. And it is surrendering to the natural beauty that's around you. Taking a moment to go outside. I get so, and I mean, I'm guilty of this. I get so busy in my office, and you know, I live in the school, I work in the school, the shop is in the school. So literally, sometimes the only time I go outside is to take my pups out. And I forget that, you know what? I just need to go outside and sit in the grass or sit in the sunlight, put my face in the sun and allow that light to enlighten me, to give me a different outlook. How many of you can say that? Especially in the winter months. I don't want to go outside. It's cold out there. But now that it's getting warm out, you know, what was it? I guess it was the last, I don't know if it was last weekend or the weekend before. My weekends get so like everybody else. My husband and I went down to the ocean just for a couple days. We didn't plan anything in particular. We just basically got in the vehicle and drove down. We walked on the boardwalk, looked at the ocean. We had an ocean view at our hotel. We had to look to the side, but we had an ocean view. We both just wanted to like hear the water, smell the ocean, and people watch. And that's what we did. We slept a lot. We vegged out a lot, but we really didn't do anything. We ate some great seafood. We reconnected with each other. And when I came back, I was rejuvenated. So I surrendered to the beauty of the natural world, to the ocean. And then, you know, surrender to desire to control people. I think that's a big tick mark for all of us. If you're in a conversation with someone, do you feel like you're defending yourself? Do you feel like you're trying to control the situation or control the conversation? Jeff and I just had this conversation the other day. We all have that one friend who talks over us, who when they, you know, show up for lunch or they call you on your phone and you say hello, for the first 10 or 15 minutes, you say nothing and they talk. Or they come to see you and they're showing you pictures on your phone, on their phone, and You say something and they talk right over you. You're like, man, you didn't even hear me. There are times that I have friends, certain friends of mine, that I can say to them, stop talking. I need to say something right now. Stop talking. It's not always about you. It's not always about me. Let's have a conversation. Let's dive down deep and have this um, philosophical conversation about, you know, the changes that we've gone through in our lives. My God, well, I didn't just turn 60. It feels like I just turned 60. I'm going to be 61 in a couple months. God, it feels like I just turned 60. But when I reflect on where I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and where I am right now, I never saw this path. The people that I met, the people that have changed my life, the people that kind of got away from me, that I lost contact with, some that I had to back away from for my own sanity, for my own energy, still jumps in my head. Yesterday, a friend of mine that I met, that I love dearly, and I met her through another friend of mine who I had known since grade school. Yesterday was the anniversary of her passing, and it had been 9 years. And I'm like, wow, doesn't seem, where did that time go? Like, it takes me back to when we were in elementary school and high school together, and the laughing giggly girls, and just the stupid things that we did. And then it takes me back to certain conversations that she and I had, where she was one of the only people that could just shut me up and say, you're being childish, this isn't about you, what are you doing? That I would stop and go, oh, what do you mean? What do you, because she knew me so well, and I missed those conversations with her. But she had such an impact on my life that I will forever be grateful for the time that I had with her. But when my other friend put up there that it was 9 years since she passed, I'm like, wow. But I reflect on the goodness and the things that she brought into my life. Don't you feel the world would be such a better place if we reflected on the positive things in our lives instead of being hung up on the negative things in our lives? I think we would. And I'm not saying that you just want to push those traumas and those emotions down and not face them, but finding the blessing in the disguise. When my mom got sick with lung cancer, I'm like, the woman doesn't smoke. She used to, but she hadn't smoked in, like, I don't know, 40 years. And then liver cancer, the woman doesn't drink. And then I have friends of mine who smoke. I smoke. I smoked. Um, I mean, I don't know. The world's not fair sometimes. There are people who have smoked all their lives, 3, 4, 5 packs a day, and their lungs are healthy. And why? Or the people that, why? I don't know. But I had to find the blessing in the disguise. And the blessing in the disguise is when my mom got sick in April. And a friend of mine, when she called me the day that my mom passed, and she called me to console me. And I remember saying to her, my mom loved her life. She was married to my father for almost 50 years, and she absolutely adored him. She traveled. She did what she wanted. She gardened. She had a lot of very good friends, some still from high school. She got sick, and 3 months later, she passed, but she was never really in pain that she spoke about. She was cognitive mind. She got to talk to people that she hadn't talked to in years, and she fell asleep and she didn't wake up. And I felt very blessed to have walked that with her, because her passing although heart-wrenching, was beautiful, was graceful, just like she was. She came into this world, she danced, she did her final act, she curtsied, and she left the stage. So I had to find the blessings that were in the chaos. I have clients who have, loved ones who have passed, who suffered for years with dementia or Alzheimer's or, cancer or, Crohn's disease and Parkinson's disease. And, it is they are very unforgiving diseases. I have clients who come in who, have loved ones who decided to take themselves out of this world, either through addictions or suicidal tendencies. What is the blessing in that? It's hard to find sometimes. The blessing is they blessed your lives for this amount of years. Maybe they were too good for this world. And how blessed you were to know them for this moment in their time in life. I hope this makes sense. It's just kind of off the cuff. I'm just listening to what's being said. But I feel if we learn more to surrender those negative emotions, retreating and fighting and holding on to positive emotions, love, purity, gracefulness, forgiveness, I feel like the world around us would be so much better. Your circle would be so much better. You would find that blessing in disguise. Make sense? Well, guys, just listening. I think I've run out of things to say, but I hope that when you join me Tuesday Talks at 10:30 every Tuesday, I hope that it is a blessing to you, that it makes you stop and think, "Oh my God, I never thought of it that way." I don't understand why you guys pop in and listen to what I have to say. I don't understand why you come to me for, why choose me, but I know that, you know what? You're blessing me more than what you realize by allowing me to channel what spirit has for you. You're my blessing in disguise because I can't see you. So there's a lot of events that are coming up. We have Mama Mosa this weekend at Hip Gypsy Emporium. Stop by, all you mums, and have a mimosa, leaded or unleaded. And if mom is no longer here and you're not a mom, come in and we will raise a glass to your mom. And then we have Springfest coming up May 17th. I hope that's the right day here at Hip Gypsy Emporium. West Branch 3 is our band that's playing. We have lots of vendors. I am manifesting a beautiful spring day for us. It's community minded, but I pray that you come out and you see us. If you're looking to get a reading or do a private group in your home, want to attend one of the events, go to my website, email me, message me. I'm pretty, what do you want to call it? You can get a hold of me fairly easily. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day today. Tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the podcast Connecting to Spirit. It is on Bold Brave Media, YouTube, Spotify, and other um, streaming platforms. Until next week, I pray to each and every one of you are living the life you love and you're loving the life you live. If not, baby, you're the only one that can change it. Find the blessings in the chaos. They may be disguised, they may be masked, but once you surrender to sleep and rest and take a step back, get connected to the universe and to nature, and allow the things that you're not in control of, loosen those reins. All right, guys, I'll talk to you next Tuesday at 10:30. Until then, peace out. I love you. Have a good day, and I will see you next week. All right, bye-bye.